Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and I'm still traveling, so again, if there's bomb dropping news, this was pre-recorded. I will get to it as soon as I get back. But today, we're going to talk about Apple because they are totally into spatial computing. I think they're trying to copyright this term, to be perfectly honest. But let's talk about this. Now, this is coming from the Associated Press by way of Michael Ledecky, and here's what's going on. We're already seeing people, for the record, before I dive into his words, basically wearing these things out there. I mean, we saw some dude in a driverless Tesla car with this thing on, getting pulled over by the police, thank God, because just how beyond stupid is that? But Apple is really trying hard to coin the phrase spatial computing as an Apple only thing. And basically, essentially what we're talking about here is a mode of technology that Apple executives and their marketing gurus are basically just trying to force upon us. Now, they are doing this while avoiding other widely used terms. You might have heard of augmented reality and virtual reality. Apple's not using those terms. They're really not. So that's a huge thing. Quote, "We can't wait for people to experience the magic," end quote, according to Tim Cook, Apple's CEO. Now, the Vision Pro, for the record, is among Apple's most expensive products. It's $3,500 for this thing. And that basically is a price point where a lot of financial analysts are saying they may not sell more than 1 million of these things or fewer in the first year. We're honestly going to see what's happening or where this is going to go. But here's the thing. If you look back at Apple's history, Apple only sold about 4 million iPhones during the first year, and now they sell more than 200 million of them annually, which is insane, but it is. So obviously what happens is there's a history of ramp up here for Apple products, and we'll get to that in a moment. But if it happens with the Vision Pro, references to spatial computing could basically become as ingrained as modern day vernacular as mobile and personal computing. And those are two previous technical revolutions, obviously, that Apple really played an integral role in creating. Now, what is spatial computing? Essentially, it's a way to describe an intersection between the physical world around us and the virtual world fabricated by technology. It's also called augmented reality. So there you go. It also enables humans and machines to harmoniously manipulate objects and spaces, like augmented reality. My God. So accomplishing these tasks incorporates a couple of different elements of augmented reality. Essentially, it's artificial intelligence, or AI, two subsets of the technology, so augmented reality and AI together, that they are making spatial computing happening, which again is augmented reality. So here's the issue that we're going to see with this thing. The Vision Pro could expose yet another disturbing side of technology if its use of spatial computing is so compelling that people start seeing the world differently when they aren't wearing the headset, and they start to believe that life is going to be far more interesting when seen through the goggles. I think of WALL-E, that cute little movie about the robot on the destroyed Earth and all of the humans that have been living on Earth that basically they have no bone density. They're big fat blobs sitting around literally just looking at screens and like little like motorized wheelchairs all day long. I think that may be where we're heading with this, and it's absolutely crazy. And that scenario could worsen the screen addictions that have essentially become endemic since the iPhone's debut, and deepen the isolation that digital dependence has tended to cultivate. I have talked about that, essentially how we have a huge problem with loneliness right now. Social interactions and how we're socializing younger generations are becoming much harder. Look at robotics and AI. When the 16-year-old can't get a job at McDonald's because the AI is basically taking your order through the talking thing and a robot is making your Big Mac, how on earth are we going to socialize the younger generation that's completely online? And remember, working at McDonald's at 16 is not about the crappy paycheck. It's about understanding how to deal with people, whether you've got a great boss or a horrible boss, whether it's drunk people at 2 a.m. that just want a Big Mac or everything in between. That is what we're talking about. We are starting to lose that. The Vision Pro is being backed by Apple, which is a company that has a massive marketing prowess and their customer allegiance, which is mind-boggling to me, but it tends to trigger trends. So this has a serious shot of sticking around. But if everybody is just walled off in their augmented reality, I'm sitting at a dinner table with this thing on and somebody's, across from me and I'm not interacting with them, or I'm doing something that's quasi-interaction, we're losing that human element. And I think that's a huge problem that we're going to have to address. And Apple could very well drop a supercharger into it, even though this thing costs basically, it's a technological Ferrari in terms of price. So we're going to see what happens. And honestly, I don't know what else to say other than just best of luck to all of us. I hope we survive this one too. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, where we're all addicted, and that's endemic as well. Same with YouTube, where you can subscribe to me. And as always, stay safe, stay online. Please attempt to stay private, and for the love of God, socialize in person without gadgets. Let's just add that to the ending for this one. Take care.